Hello everyone, my name is Sam Dooley, and in this video I will use the Equalize editor with the NVDA screen reader to show the setup steps needed to use NVDA gestures to control the Equalize editor configuration profile. These steps can be used after performing either the basic NVDA setup, which uses the NVDA configuration file, or the advanced NVDA setup, which uses the manual configuration setup. This video demonstrates how to create an NVDA gesture to activate the EE configuration profile created by the NVDA setup process. First, let's see what can happen without the Equalize Editor profile. I use a browser to access the Equalize Editor website, lakepinesbraille.com/EE. I'm using Google Chrome, but you may use other browsers as well. With the input focus in the main input area, I type Control-R to select Braille entry mode. Then I type dots 456146 on my Braille device to create the open Nemeth indicator so I can enter a math expression. But instead, dots 456 is treated as the beginning of a word. The default settings for NVDA expand the current word of the cursor, and so NVDA displays dots 123478 456 space 145678 before the full cell provided by the editor. Then dots 146 becomes the SH contraction, which expands to shall after I press space, which is not what I want. So I use dot 7 backspace to erase shall. On my computer keyboard, I select Alt-Shift-H, C to select configuration from the help menu, and the configuration help page is displayed. The configuration help page includes the typical path to my NVDA configuration folder. I copy this path to the clipboard so I can use it later. Now I activate the link to the NVDA gestures file, gestures.ini, to bring up the Save As dialog. I paste the path name into the folder name combo box and fill in my Windows username. I press Enter to select the proper folder, tab to the Save button, press Enter again to save the gestures.ini file in my NVDA configuration folder. If you have an existing gestures.ini file in this folder, instead of replacing it, you can add the new one to the old one to preserve any gestures you already use. I restart NVDA to reload the new gestures.ini file. Once NVDA has reloaded, I press Escape to return to the Equalize editor to test the results. I type NVDA plus E to activate the Equalize editor configuration. With the input focus in the main input area, I use my Braille device to type dots 456 146 for the open Nemeth indicator so I can enter a math expression. This time I read both the open and closed Nemeth indicators on my Braille device with a full Braille cell in between that is ready for more input. Now NVDA is using the Equalize editor profile contained in ee.ini. Anytime I like, I can type NVDA plus E to deactivate the EE profile so no other applications or web pages are affected by it. The input gesture for the Equalize editor can also be created manually. If I type NVDA plus N, P for preferences, N for input gestures, to activate the NVDA input gestures dialog. I open the configuration profiles and then activates or deactivates the EE configuration profile. Since there's already a gesture defined for the EE profile, I'll remove it so I can show how to add it back again. Now that I've removed it and the focus is on activates or deactivates the EE configuration profile, I press the Add button to add a new gesture, and it says Enter Input Gesture. Now I press NVDA plus E, and I receive a dialog box where I can select Keyboard All Layouts to assign when the gesture is available. I press OK to dismiss the Input Gestures dialog. And after these steps, typing NVDA plus E activates and deactivates the Equalize Editor profile. You can choose any key combination you prefer as the input gesture for the Equalize Editor profile. Please send email or leave a comment if you have any suggestions for configuration choices that would improve how NVDA interacts with the Equalize Editor. For more information about the Equalize Editor, please visit the Lake Pines Braille website at lakepinesbraille.com.